this in step by step. All right, so you've got the sunshine, big, huge sun shining. Let's just make it the whole top part right here. The sun is super duper uber shining, and its light rays shine straight lines. And let's say now we're on the earth right here, and we've got, let's pretend that this is the ITCZ. This is the part that's getting the most ITCZ, most intense, most direct sunlight. So, step one. Sun is warming up this air. Let's draw. Here's some air particles. Let's draw them in red. Draw them starting to crash into one another a whole bunch. All of this air gets warmed up. It starts to rise because warm air rises, right? It's less dense, so it rises. So it's rising up in the atmosphere. It starts to cool down. Starts to cool here. And at least it's cool enough so that of all of the air that's here, so there's water, there's oxygen, there's carbon dioxide, there's tons of nitrogen, all of that stuff is still up here. But now the water part, oxide, nitrogen, oxygen, the water starts to cool and condense, and now it's going to fall back as rain. So at the ITCZ, it's warm, but it rains a lot. Right? That's why you can support huge rainforests. Let's draw. I can't draw a rainforest, a big, crazy looking rainforest in 5 seconds, right? But that's where you've got your rainforests because it's warm and it's rainy. However, remember it was just water that fell right here. The rest of this stuff, it hasn't hit its condensation point, so it's not going to fall back as liquid. It's going to keep moving on up, partially getting pushed up because as the water goes from gas to a liquid, there's a little extra heat that's released. So pretend that that little heat is pushing that up. But also because these convection currents, they're enormous. They're enormous, and so the movement of this air upwards, very powerful. Very pushes it up a whole bunch. Let's do it. All right, so now that you're up here, higher in the atmosphere, well, this stuff's starting to, it's cooler. So it's ready to come back down and fall back down because cooler air is denser, right? And it would fall straight back down, except it's getting pushed up so hard by the rest of this gushing current. It's cooler up here, but also there's no water, right? So it's dry. So it's dry and it's cool. And since it can't fall back down immediately beneath it, it's actually going to be pushed to fall. Oops, I should have done this. I should have done this a little smaller. Approximately 30 degrees north and south of the equator. 30 degrees south. Right? But as it's starting to fall back down, remember it's cool right here? Well, the pressure is starting to increase as you go closer and closer. And if the pressure is increasing, the temperature is increasing. So high pressure and temperature. So as this air starts to come down, this dry air comes down, it's experiencing adiabatic heating. And so by the time it hits the land, it's hot and dry. And that's why you tend to see a lot of deserts here. So let's draw some deserts. Let's draw some deserts here. You can draw deserts as in like, pyramids, or deserts as in saguaro cactus. I'm going to draw some cacti. Okay? And these currents definitely contribute to those local temperatures.